Ciao famiglia, I'm Matteo Zamboni. I'm the Italian gastronomy leader for Casa Barilla Sydney, and today I'm going to show you a simple recipe using pesto genovese, potatoes, onion. So we're going to be making a frittata with some beautiful eggs as well. So first thing we need is the onion. This is a brown onion. I just peeled it. We're going to chop it in what is called julienne. So just cut it in half. We're probably not going to use all of it. We're just going to use half, about say 3 millimeters thickness. Alright, so now that we cut the onion, we're going to put some extra virgin olive oil in a pan. Just want to put a good amount of olive oil. We can reuse it later for a next recipe or something like that, but we want to kind of shallow fry the onion and the potato. So we're just going to put a good amount in there, and we can put the onion in there. So onion goes in, and we're going to start browning that onion. We're going to get a lot of sweetness from the onion and from the potatoes as well, so we want to cook them to get the nice sweetness. So potatoes, as I said, they are the Desiree, so they're the one with the red skin. We can use this one for gnocchi as well. So they're beautiful waxy potatoes. Just cut them in half, around the 3 millimeter thickness, a couple of potatoes. In the meantime, we keep an eye on the onion. The oil is starting to get nice and warm. The smell of onion starts to come up, and it'll be even better after when we get the nice caramelized onion and potato. I'm going to put in the potato. Obviously, be careful of the oil splashes. It's called vivace in Italian, which means vivace is like kind of medium to high heat. So, because we want to caramelize this onion without cooking or browning too much, I'm going to add a little bit more of oil, olive oil, because as I said, we want it to shallow fry, so we want a good amount of olive oil in there. So mix it in. Going to add a little bit of salt. I can hear now the noise of the browning happening a little bit, so just going to leave them in there and let them do the magic. In the meantime, what we can do, we can start cracking the eggs. So I got 5 beautiful organic eggs here. So the eggs, they go in. 5 beautiful eggs. I cook it often also for my son when he goes to school in his school lunch. He gets this beautiful frittata made by his dad. Alright, so now our potatoes and onions are nicely browning. We don't want them to get too brown, but they are kind of browning on the bottom. Oh, look at this. That's nice. That's what we want. They are ready to go, so I'm going to turn the fire off. Just going to leave them in there for a second, because in the meantime, what we can do, we can add the pesto to our egg mix. So we're just going to get this beautiful pesto alla genovese. There's a lot of Parmigiano in here. That's why I love it, because it gets that nice creaminess and extra flavor from the Parmigiano. We're just going to add little bits and pieces like that. They will just melt in the next phase of the cooking. The smell is amazing. You can really smell that nice roasted onion, roasted potatoes. It doesn't get any better than this. Our potatoes and onion are ready. Just want to strain them out straight into the egg mixture. So I'm just using like a slotted spoon, and just trying to drain the oil off and mix them in there. We don't want to break them up too much, because we want that nice chunky bits of potato to be in the final frittata when it will be ready. Oh, look at this, nice and brown, beautiful. And this oil, as I said before, we can keep it. It can be reused for something else, or it can be used to cook, so you don't have to throw it away. So now we got our mix in here. As you see, I didn't mix it too much. Using a wooden spoon, we just want to mix it a little bit. So it's quite runny now as well, but it will thicken up with that little bit of heat coming from the potatoes. We added a bit of salt before on the potato, but we definitely want to add a bit more salt on the eggs, and just mix it like that. Break up the eggs, but try not to break up too much the potatoes, because as I said before, we want that nice, chunks of potato to be in there in the final results. And that's about it. So for now, let it rest for about 10 to 15 minutes, because what's going to happen is like the potatoes are going to soak up the eggs, and they're going to get more flavor. So this phase is quite important. Just leave it on the side, cover it with a plate or something, and we're just going to let it rest for about 10-15 minutes. So now, after about 15 minutes wait, we're just going to check what's happening here. And as you can see, the mix is now a little bit thicker, because the eggs started to coagulate a little bit, which is perfect. It's exactly what we want. And now we are ready to go into the pan. All right, so we're just going to put it all in. Beautiful, look at that. It just goes in. It's starting to boil a little bit on the side. So just now, you don't have much to do. You just want to make sure it's nice and evenly distributed. So now we let it cook for about probably 3-4 minutes on one side and a couple of minutes on the other side, until it gets nice and brown. All right, now after a few minutes, like about 4 minutes, it's starting to caramelize on the bottom. You can, what you can see, but it's beautifully caramelized there on the bottom. We're just gonna turn it around. Now, we could do the tricks, but I'm not gonna attempt that. The easiest way to turn it around is just to put a larger plate on the top. You just go like that, and then you flip it around, and it magically comes off like that. So now we're gonna have to put it back in the pan. So very easy. I just got a plate without any edge, and it just slides, gently slides back in. Beautiful. All right, now it's ready. How do I know? It's because when I push it down, it's kind of bouncy a little bit, and as I said, it will be a little bit runny in the middle, but also remember it will continue cooking. So turn it around like that again, and there you go. That's your beautiful onion, potato, and pesto genovese frittata, and we're gonna try a little bit now. Just want to check in the middle and make sure it's nice and fluffy. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Slightly runny in the middle. And if you let it cool down, it will thicken up as well. But you see there's nice potatoes. That's why we cut them a little bit thicker, so that you get a bit of texture there. And the pesto. Pesto is normally used for pastas. That's the most common use. But with eggs, with potatoes, it just goes so well. It adds more flavor to it. And it's a versatile ingredient. Like you can do a lot of recipes with it, not only pasta. And now there's only one thing left to do. I love how it breaks down like that. Really nice, really nice. I like that pesto flavor that comes through. Beautiful rich of Parmigiano, the potato, the onion caramelized, the egg. Just beautiful.